Shifters, welcome back. It has been, it's been a minute. But today I'm bringing you a fresh Volvo 240 build vid. This is Shifting Lanes. My name is Gregson. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like what you see, click the subscribe button below. You know what to do. This is YouTube. You should know what you're doing at this point. And Shift Squad, if you like it, give it a thumbs up at the end. I'm gonna stop talking very soon, but for those of you that don't know, this is my 2005 Volvo V70R. It is beautifully blue, it is an awesome car, and we are building a Volvo 240 wagon as an homage to this car. Magic blue paint, same thing with a tan interior or orange interior to basically mimic this, but we're doing it period correct. A 245, as it's known in basically everywhere else in the world, is the Volvo wagon from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. It's everywhere. They made millions of them, but they never made really a performance one, and that's what I wanted to do. And we have sent ours out to Red Block Performance in Portland, Oregon by Nick Haas. He's an awesome guy. He's a Red Block guru, and he wanted to build us a really cool car, so we sent the car out there. And if you don't know the series, click the card above. You can start from the beginning, fresh from when I bought the car a couple of years back. Without further ado, that's basically what we're doing. We're building a 245R, guys. That's it. It's a cool car. It's gonna be amazing. So far, we've gotten a lot done on it. Well, I haven't because I'm not building it. It's out there in Oregon. I think it's that direction for that. So without further ado, let's get right into today's video. This is where we show you a little bit of the body shop primer and some of the rewiring after it's back in the body shop. We'll do a full paint reveal in another episode where it's gonna match this car. It's gonna be glorious. So without further ado, here's Nick Haas from Red Block Performance, and go follow them on Facebook because he posts lots of cool stuff, and the guy's basically in 240 parts canon. So if you need parts, go follow him on Facebook. That's it for me. Thank you so much for listening. Let's get to the build. See ya.
Hey guys, Nick here from Red Block Performance. Today we officially begin reassembly on Shifting Lanes, freshly painted Project 240. Here we are at the body shop, checking out Project Shifting Lanes 240 before it goes in for primer. Burn down another hood because the original one from the Shifting Lanes car has a bunch of Bondo and dents in it. And check out this. How we be gone. A little bit more work than expected, but that's usually the way it is with body work. Now we gotta contend with this little bit here. I'm gonna bring them down a bumper so we can make sure everything lines up real nice. We wanna get the body perfect before primer, and then we'll find any other little owies that we missed. Yes, we got it looking like the inside of the space shuttle in here. Now we figured while we got it at this stage, we'd go on ahead and insulate the crud out of the inside. We didn't want to put any of that original foam stuff back in because it holds moisture too well. This stuff, you can't really waterlog it. It doesn't hold moisture at all. So you can get this about 20-25 bucks a roll. 2 foot wide by 50 foot long at Home Depot or any most of your home improvement stores. And a couple cans of spray adhesive. I highly recommend this stuff right here. This stuff adheres instantly. Like you spray it and you stick stuff to it and it doesn't fall. It's amazing. I've never used it before till today. This is all I'm going to use from now on. Tech tip. So here we are. Now we're going to do the paint job reveal here a little later. Some of you have already seen pictures of it. I went ahead and taped the seams. They're going to be underneath the carpet anyway. Not the most ideal tape for it, but it'll work fine for now. We got the wiring harness back installed and the dash brace pieces back in place. Mainly so we can sort out where everything goes. Now this car originally did not have power windows, but we removed the power window system and wiring from the original shifting lanes car and have adapted it into this. Now the HVAC unit here has a brand spanking new heater core. Our friends over at Voltec helped us get that, and it's got a brand new heater fan in it. Again, if you're at this stage and you've got a car this far apart, you might as well do it rather than not. We've got the wiper transmission back in place and put fresh Beetle behind it to help seal it and make sure we don't have any leaks. Another shot of the headliner. I am loving the way that's turning out. Matt Enos over at Enos Upholstery is almost done with everything for the car. Waiting to get the dashboard back from him, which will probably be the last thing we put back in this thing before the windshield goes in, because we want to make sure we get all the wiring and stuff sorted out. We took the heater box, of course, completely apart, cleaned it out, made sure that all the debris was gone. Up here in the engine bay, we haven't done too much. Again, while you got a car this far apart, we went on ahead and wired it for stereo components. Since we're going to be putting a nice aftermarket stereo in here. It's moving right along. Now then, got a detail. I went ahead and painted the brake booster because, again, if you're this far into it, you might as well do it. We went on ahead and replaced this firewall plate here with the correct one from manual 240, so it has the original hole for the clutch cable, which is a little bit more reinforced. We're going to go through, we got to pressure wash all this out, of course, down here and clean that all up. Still a little greasy. And Grayson's got to hurry up and send me his mag wheels, because next week we'll get all of our parts from IPD, STS Machining, and Yoshi Fab, and we will be doing a complete suspension upgrade and our big brake kit. And once those R big brakes are on this thing, these ugly stock 240 steel wheels will no longer fit. So we're going to need those wheels here pretty soon, Grayson. You better get on that. So there it is. Moving right along. Now I just put all these brace pieces for the dashboard in because one, it'll help us kind of route the wires and everything for the dash up and clean it up real nice. I'm going to go through and clean up and get rid of stuff we don't need so we don't have to fur around with all that and make it nice and neat. Another little bit of trickery we've done. Notice something's missing right there? You probably don't. You're like, oh, why would you bother to put that in right now? Well, look what we did here. If you've got a wagon, you can do this. You can't do this with a sedan. What's that down there? Oh, that's the washer bottle for the windshield. We went ahead and relocated it back here. Another tech tip. If you're looking to save yourself some trouble on wiring harnesses, just go get yourself a trailer wiring harness because it's got that nice 4-wire piece. And we ran that back here so we can run both the pumps. And we're probably going to put an upgraded pump for the pressure to the windshield up front and run the stock one back here for the rear hatch. Got our original carpet back in here. Now we're going to set up his stereo. We've already run the wiring for it. We're going to put a nice amp back here and a low box with a nice 10, which is plenty for this car, so it'll stay tucked. You'll still be able to access and utilize all the cargo space. So, moving right along. Now, next week, we are going to go on ahead and have all the parts on hand, and we're going to start with the suspension, because this car was, as you saw in the original videos when we looked at it when we first picked it up, was kind of a mess underneath. So this car is going to get all IPD springs and sway bars, torque rods, panhard bar, getting a set of Bilstein Touring, new strut mounts, the whole schmear. We've got some goodies from SDS Machining and Yoshi Fab coming in as well. And we are going to get this thing dialed. We'll have all the suspension stuff done. And then once we get all of our suspension stuff done, we'll start working on our engine again. Right now we're waiting on the machine shop to get done with the cylinder head for it, because of course we had to have the stock valves swapped out. Now when you're doing that, you can either go with sodium-filled valves, which is what Volvo would have run. I went on ahead and told them to do stainless, because if you're going to do it right. So there we are. Moving right along.
And we're back. I know you probably didn't want to see me again, but here I am. That'll do it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. And in the next video, you're going to see a full suspension upgrade from IPD. Now, if you don't know who IPD is, and you're in the Volvo community, who even are you? They are a huge Volvo shop out in Portland, Oregon, and they have been around since the 60s. They basically just specialize in Volvos. They are amazing people, crazy good customer service, and all the parts we could ever really want, they have been more than helpful with. So big shout out to them. And the next video, it's long, I may break it up into 2 videos, we'll see, but it's basically all from IPD. So if you want a 240 with really cool stuff for suspension, and they have more than that obviously, but this is the next video is going to outline everything you need to do a really huge suspension overhaul to the 240, 245s, 242s, 244s. So without further ado, I will sign off for the day. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We're posting a ton more stuff on there that you'll never see on YouTube. It is at Shifting Lanes or / or whatever it is, Shifting Lanes. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'm at RealGregSonM. That'll do it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. See ya.